Write an action plan that will produce results. Certain goals, whether it is for business or for school, will require an effective action plan to be drawn up. Anyone that writes an action plan to achieve the goals set is a person that is organized and efficient. However, not everyone is well versed in this task. Some people may create an action plan that is not really that effective. Creating a killer action plan can be the ticket to success, and here are some tips on how to do it. List the goals. Each action plan begins with a number of goals that need to be achieved. Determine the goals and list them down on paper or on a board. When determining the goals, make sure that these are realistic and measurable. It is a waste of time to set goals that can't really be achieved or cannot really be measured. At the same time, goals should have a timeline and should be specific. These being said, make sure to list the goals that have all these characteristics, otherwise the action plan you will develop will be moot. Enumerate the tasks. Once each and every goal has been determined and written down, proceed by listing down all the tasks that will be required in order to achieve each goal. Start with the first goal and list down the tasks needed to achieve that. Some tasks may be too broad, huge, and general. If that is the case, don't hesitate to break these tasks down to smaller and minute activities. Make sure that all these tasks are relevant and required for the particular goal. Repeat the same process for the other goals. Set a timeline. Now that all the tasks have been enumerated, set a timeline for each task. There should be a date for the start of the task and the end date or deadline. It is better to be specific, however, if this poses a problem, considering giving each task a general timeline which is normally gauged in weeks. Determine the resources for each task. Once the timeline is set for each task, start computing for the costs for each task. This will include the materials, funds, and manpower for the task. This can be considered initial budgeting as well. Make sure to allow a little legroom in terms of budget if possible. Delegate the work. Once everything is set, delegation is the next step. Assign a specific person or group to work on each task. You can assign multiple tasks to certain people depending on the availability of human resources. Consider brainstorming. When writing an action plan, consider bringing in some people that will be working on the same project to get their input. This is a practical way to get things done efficiently. The more brains working on it, the more ingenious ideas will be discovered and applied. This may greatly help the whole process. Make sure to include schedules for review to evaluate the tasks that have been completed based on the timelines set. The review should be done regularly. Make sure the dates for the review are clearly stated in the action plan to avoid confusion and misunderstanding among team members.